when I was in a shop here, as soon as I came in, the man offered me some kind of a stone for healing purposes, and I just pointed to his heart and I said, hey man, you already have what you need inside there. So basically everything is prepared for us. We have nature, and I did a video 2 years ago when we were in the Norwegian mountains. In the nature, if you go out in nature and you ask nature, you will get an answer. If you haven't done that before, it takes a while, because most people won't even dare to think of the question or conversation with nature. Then you have to talk, and you can also embrace nature. Now what do you ask? What answers does it give? It doesn't have to be anything to do with your future or any problem, but be aware. You know, when you walk into a room of people, you say hi, and you might say, who are you? How are you? When you come to a place like this, you feel that, or you think that, or you project those vibes, or you ask like physically with your voice, in whatever language you speak, and you will get something back. That's interaction. Now, why is it so healing? I mean, besides some places that might have magnetical abnormalities or pure water, which is really great, you get the sweat, you get the detox. We have 3 ways of detoxing ourselves. Well, 3 physical ways, you know. You go to the toilet, you do the number 1 or 2, and you sweat. So you have to sweat. You have to be active, walk or do something, climb, I don't know, to get the sort of insides of yourself moving, get them active. That's why stillness, I mean passivity, office work and just sitting the whole days, they say it's worse than smoking and so on. So it's always accessible, one doesn't need to have anything, it purifies you, and the more you do it, the better you feel. The more you have provided access to nature, the easier you can do it. Now there's another way of healing yourself or detoxifying or just cleaning up yourself, and that is by, you know, the mind or soul or contemplation, however you want to call that. Maybe some solitude, 5 to 10 days a year when you can. Just having a break, just going through the filters, what you've taught yourself, what you believe in, and of course the obvious kinds of things which you have been programmed to by the society, schools, people, institutions, books and so on. Everything is forming a kind of a crystallized filter which you see everything through. It's like a prism, you know. You have a prism somewhere here, and senses pick up stuff and it becomes something, a certain kind of rainbow in your mind. Now think about that. How correct is your perception or your ID, your beliefs and so on? What is the thing that everybody has which is independent of any filter? What is it that combines, makes me connect to somebody who is let's say fanatic about something or really believes in something, you know, a person of a organized religion who and so on. What is it that me and that person can connect with besides the formal sort of politeness? Is there something? And what is it that you can connect yourself with throughout your life which doesn't involve this kind of idea, okay, now I'm smarter, I've learned more, I've had more experiences. What is it that connects you to the child you were? You see, when you think about when you began on that kind of path, you realize there are some threads which are independent of any crystallized prism we have basically being programmed with, taught ourselves and so on. So sometimes we can fall into the trap of we analyze something out there, but we forget to analyze our own prism, our own filter. And one doesn't need to change or destroy it, you know, shave your hair and get a name by someone else, or join a club, you know. You can just be aware of it. I have a certain kind of filter, a certain kind of prism, which is shaped perhaps because of this and that. I'm aware of it. Because things we are aware of, we are prone not to fall victims of. We are prone not to suffer by them. And the more one becomes in tune with that and keeps it up, just like a muscle, works it out, I think life becomes much more easier, purer, much more straightforward, with your full self going wherever you intend to go. The three physical things might decay over time. You might get a disease, your stomach might become bad, something might happen to you physically, and it will eventually. Old age, you know. But the mental, the mind, the soul stuff, as long as you are able to do that, I mean, that's independent of the physical. You can lose your limbs and still be in a sense pure and aware. So maybe that's the most important thing. But one foundation for that is, of course, the physical. To keep yourself cleaned as much as you can and active. And there is no other way to boost yourself. I mean, just a 2-hour visit in nature changes stuff. How about 2 days? How about 2 weeks? Those were some thoughts. It's winter solstice. Darker days are ahead of us. And just keeping it clean and aware and honest for yourself. It's where it all begins. If you can't be curious and honest about yourself, you won't be curious and honest about other people who are close to you. Of course, we have the formal way of communicating and interacting with people and our surroundings, but we have the specific kind of sources we go to, or people, and you know how much that can change when you're just being totally in tune. It's better than 12 hours of sleep. It's better than anything else because it's continuous. It's the foundation, it's the thread that passes through everything. And when you connect that with your friends, your family, yourself, it's a good place to be at. No need for healing stones and so on, and practices. Although that can be nice and that can work. Everybody's free to do whatever they want to, but I think in a sense we are all given everything we need within this format, within our body, within what it's outside. And we have a good society today. We live mostly in peace. We can always take the bus to nature, we can always have access to everything and enjoy this realm, this existence. That was that. Take care and all the best. Ciao.